Hi, everyone. Welcome to week 2. This is our week of poetry in English 201 at Sacred Heart University. I just wanted to show you what the materials are, the readings, the assignments for this week. And if you have any questions, please feel free to give me a shout out by email or on Teams. If you look in Blackboard on the modules under week 2, we have poetry. Just going to click on that so it opens up for you. And you'll see we have these objectives. That's what I am trying to help us experience this week, but also I would take note of the week 2 to do. So there are 5 poems to read. There's a sway presentation on the introduction to poetry, and these are a series of VR experiences that you will look at on your own. They're on my YouTube playlist, VR English 201. You can search on YouTube TV on your headset to find them. Then I've also got an assignment on sacrifice and war, or sacrifice and family, your choice, in micro essay number 1. There are very specific directions there, so you can take a look at that. I'm, again, happy to answer any questions you might have about that. I'm also asking you to write a draft of an ekphrastic poem in response to a VR experience. You can take a look at the creative assignment number 1 for that. That's due Wednesday, July 22nd. An ekphrastic poem is a poem that speaks to a particular kind of visual art or another kind of visual art. Post in the forum twice. This time I'd like you to do 1 post and 1 response to someone else's post. This is on the senses and poetic form. And then finally write a journal entry, short journal entry on poetry and visual art, which will be due Sunday, July 19th. Down here you can see the readings. And under this folder are the poems. Links to all the poems. They're either on poets.org or Poetry Foundation. Those 5 poems, 2 by one writer named Wilfred Owen. And then if you go back up here to the section on readings, you can find the Microsoft Sway on poetry. That's a few minutes of me talking. These are reading guides to each of the poems. I talk through significant figurative elements in the poems and things like that. So if you're reading the poetry and feeling confused, or even if you just want, to hear my take on it, feel free to look at those. And there's some extra material you can look at if you're interested. This is a article in The Guardian about Danez Smith. And these are the images of sacrifice that we're going to be looking at in the VR space together. And then this is a close reading of Dulce et Decorum Est from the British Library. The final thing to note is that I'm going to share a Microsoft Forms with you to sign up for a time to come in and have a meeting in the VR space. I have 4 of those times, either Tuesday at 11, or Tuesday at 6, or Thursday at 11, or Thursday at 6. So you have 4 to choose from. You only have to come in to the VR classroom once, because this week you have several VR experiences that I want you to look at on your own time. And during that time, we will be looking at Abraham and Isaac and the representations of that sacrifice, especially in Owen's poem, and also from the Bible story that you might have looked at last week, at the end of last week. Okay, I look forward to a great week with all of you, and feel free to reach out to me by email or on Teams, and happy to chat about anything or questions you might have about upcoming assignments. Okay, thanks.